My name is Jordan Stonehouse. I'm 19 years old and I'm from Edmonton, Alberta. The Matar Conservatory is really important to me because this is where my dad proposed to my mom and where they had their wedding reception. And this is where my mom and I held my dad's celebration of life, and this is where I'm hoping to hold my mom's celebration of life as well. I was 16 years old. Couldn't really comprehend losing my father that young. My dad growing up, I was definitely a daddy's girl. He was my role model. I wanted to be just like him. And losing him just like turned my world upside down. I wasn't sure how I was gonna be able to live without him. My dad was just such a big inspiration in my life. He was so adventurous. He always told me about going skydiving and how amazing it was, and I did that recently in honor of him, and I did have his ashes with me for the jump, so I did go skydiving with my dad. It was awful, but I had my mom. We were together, we were a team. We were gonna get through this together. We had each other. COVID-19 was definitely a blessing in disguise for me and my mom because I was able to spend a significant amount of time with her that I would not have got to have spent with her because I do attend university in Kelowna and I would have been away the whole year. Late night movies, making snacks, making pizzas, just joking around and hanging out with my mom. The main reason my mom and I wanted to get the COVID vaccine was because we wanted to travel. We wanted to summit Mount Everest in memory of my dad. My mom did get the Astrazeneca vaccine. Exactly a week after she got the COVID vaccine, she was having heart palpitations. She was shaking profusely. She felt nauseous. And she said, "You should take me to the hospital." My mom was the type of woman that would go to a hospital for nothing, so I knew something was seriously wrong. And I took her to the Grey Nuns Hospital. I was ready to wait 4 or 5 hours in the parking lot, and I dropped her off, parked my car. Not even 10 minutes later, my mom comes out of the hospital, and I just didn't know why. I was confused, but my mom said she was okay. Just putting on a brave face, I guess, I'm not too sure. I just have this image in my mind that plays over and over from us driving back from the Grey Nuns Hospital to my house, and my mom saying, "Jordan, if anything happens to me, you're gonna be okay." And I just remember like turning the wheel so fast, I almost hit a car, hit the curb. And I just told her, "Don't say that. Like, you're the only one I have left. I can't lose you." She was just so tired. She just wanted to go home. So that's what I did. I took her home and she followed the instructions that the nurse at the Grey Nuns gave her to go home, get some rest, take a Tylenol. So that's what we did. I laid in bed with her. We just talked about life. We talked about my dad. She told me just to tell her a story. So I read her the Love You Forever book by Robert Munch because that was her favorite book. And I tucked her in at night, said, "I love you, Mom. Hope you feel better in the morning." And that morning I decided I wanted to go fishing. I just finished my second year of university. It was a beautiful day out, wanted to catch some fish. And as soon as I got to my fishing location in Fort Saskatchewan, my mom gives me a call. And she says, "Jordan, you need to come home. I need to go to the hospital right now." And I knew it was really serious, but I wasn't there. I couldn't get there in time. So I called my best friend and she drove my mom to the Sturgeon County Hospital. And I was driving 180, 200 on like the back roads to get to the hospital, and I'm freaking out. I enter the hospital. There was someone in front of me already talking to the nurse at the desk, and I saw my mom sitting in a wheelchair just looking really, really, really sick. And I just run in like screaming and crying, and security's trying to kick me out because, didn't talk to the nurse before, didn't get screened, not allowed to go in because of COVID, and I pretty much told them where to go because it's my mom. Like, I can't lose my mom. She was like, "I'm okay, Jordan, you can go," because security was, kicking me out of the hospital. And they told me that my mom had a stroke and she had a blood clot and a brain bleed, and that they had to rush her to the University of Alberta Hospital as soon as they could. And that was the last time I saw my mom alive. She was... I'm sorry.
If you're gonna take her easy.
The first thought I had in the early days of losing my mom was, this can't be happening again. I am still grieving my dad, just thinking, this can't be real. She's not gone. She can't be gone. And I'm still living in our house, and split seconds, I'd think that she was there. And then, I would realize she's not, and it would just hit me in the gut like I've been sucker punched. Like, she's gone. Your mom and your dad are both gone, and you're alone. And I was just really scared, nervous, confused why this is happening to me again. I don't understand why. Just angry, sad, just all the emotions I could possibly feel just all hit me at once. Just scared for my future, not wanting to grow up without a mom or a dad, thinking about those big important days in my life coming down the road. When I get married, when I have kids, my kids aren't gonna have, grandparents on my side. I knew my mom and dad would be the best grandparents to any child that I had because they were the best parents to me. She was the best mom I could have ever asked for. She supported me and loved me unconditionally, and that's all I could have asked for in a mom. I'm gonna try my best for them, make them proud of me. That's how I'm gonna live every day of my life until I see them again, is just make them proud. Just be the best daughter that they could have ever asked for. I'm definitely gonna miss my mom's advice, probably the most. If I ever had a problem, whether it be with school or boys or anything, she always knew what to say and how to say it and how to make me feel better, just guide me in the right direction that I didn't know how to get to. I'm just gonna miss her support, definitely, and her loving me. I'm definitely gonna miss her hugs, for sure. I want people to know about my mom, just how generous she was and how big of a heart she had. Everyone who met her would tell you just how kind and sweet she was, and she would always put a smile on everyone's faces. Even if she wasn't happy herself, she would still want to make other people happy for her. And her friends can attest to that, and how she would be there for her friends through thick and thin, no matter what. Just a very loyal and kind, loving person. That's who my mom was. That's who I aspire to be. I don't even know how I'm smiling now. I don't know. I've gone through so many things that not a lot of people my age have gone through, and felt enormous amounts of pain and sadness. I still smile through all this and want to be happy and find the joys in life for my mom and my dad, because I know they're watching over me, and I just want them to be proud of the woman that I'm turning into. I've decided to take a career path in nursing due to the nurses with my dad and my mom. So many nurses at the hospital were just so kind to me and generous. I could talk to them, they were there for me, and they were genuine. And I personally want to be that rock for someone one day. If someone has to go through the same pain that I had to go through, I want to be there, and I want to make a difference like those nurses did for me with my parents.
If you're gonna take her easy and take my hand, 'cause I don't believe, no, I can't believe this is part of your plan. And I